I think yes. Let's record it. Let's crush it. Let's see who is actually showing up for free stuff, and isn't complaining that everything's so expensive. Kidding. Sorry about the mess, guys. How are you? I am gonna wait for everybody to join. Hope you're doing well. If you have joined, just comment where you're joining from, just so I can make sure that I can see you in the chat. Okay, we have Warsaw, we have Veronica, Maui, Italy, Los Angeles, Virginia, England, UK, Warsaw, Athens, South Africa, Ohio, London, Denmark, Slovenia. Wow, perfect. Yes. Keep it coming. See, feel the energy, feel all the other queens that just showed up on a Saturday, no less, to just join the free webinar. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for investing in yourself and for showing up for yourself. You guys have 1 hour of my uninterrupted time. I'm here to share with you everything I know so far about making money. So use it, like be present, show up as your best self. So yeah, if there's anything I can help you, if there's anything that's unclear, this is the chat. You already figure out how to use the chat, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Okay, so make sure that you use it. This is your hour. Usually coaching with me, it's a 5-figure. It starts from 5 figures, and now you can just do it for free. So use it, abuse it as much as you want. I'm going to dive straight into the webinar, not to waste your time. And let's do these. All right, let me know if you guys can see it, please, just to make sure that everyone is clear. Yes, perfect. All right, so fuck the struggle. Who is ready to fuck the struggle? I know I got to a point in my life and I'm like, okay, fuck this, no more. And that's where we are. All right, so perfect. Let's do it. So this is my promise to you, that after this webinar, and you probably have seen a lot of success stories on my stories already, but this is my promise to you, that after this webinar, you will never say, I can't afford this, and hopefully not even think that, and that you will make money your best friend and start earning some serious money that you feel like you deserve, which is super, super important. Sorry, I'm just gonna switch to, where are you? Where are you guys? Can you still see? Oh, I lost you for a second. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I just don't know where my perfect. Okie dokie. Sorry, so I'm just gonna do it one more time because for whatever reason, I don't think you can see the slides right now, right? All right, let's do it. Perfect. We're here. That's great. That's so much better. Sorry about the technical hide sidebar. All right, and let's do it now. This is my promise to you. And all right, who's this webinar for? And see if you can identify yourself over here. Are you someone that is constantly worried about money, paying bills, how you can afford things and whatnot? Someone says, I'm getting constantly fucked by my life, so I'm ready to fuck the struggle. This is probably the best sentence of the webinar yet. If you see yourself, say I, in the comments. I don't hear you, but please talk to me. If you're not good with money, who's an I? Who's not good with money? Who thinks that making money is hard? I used to think the hardest work in the room, whatever. And if you saw something that you really, really wanted and you thought, oh my God, I can't afford it, I will never have this. This is completely out of my reach. Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so this is what people think rich means, right? We think, I don't want to get too conspiracy theorist, but there's this whole idea, I don't know, me growing up, I always saw these image of rich people being mean and being greedy and abusing and not being good people. You just overall not being good people at all and just wasteful. And so, unnecessary wealth, being rude, being mean, getting drunk, doing drugs and shit like that. And so that's not true, right? You can be a rich person and be a good person. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the bottle. If you're watching this, I know you're a good person. It's my guess, but I have a feeling that you are a good person and you're not planning on starting the war with the money that I'm about to help you make. you're just gonna use it for good stuff. So this is what rich means to me, and this is the good stuff, right? For me, rich is having access to organic food, having access to good quality food, is going to a supermarket and not having to pick between my health and my wallet, right? That's a really, really really powerful one. It's having time to have a family, right? If I want to have a baby, I want to have time and space to take 6 months off and be present with my child, hopefully one day. It's also spoiling my loved ones. So this is where I took my mom with the first money I made. I took my mom on a private jet, and just seeing her smile. This photo was one of my favorite photos on the planet. Just seeing her smile so much is incredible. I'm taking her to Maldives next week, and it's the most rewarding thing on the planet. And I definitely don't work as hard as I used to. Also being rich is like, this was my answer for the house in Bali. I'm picking up the keys right after the Maldives, which is like crazy when I say that out loud to you, that hey, I'm recording this from my $1 million apartment in LA, going to Maldives with my mom, and then to my house in Bali. Like, that's just crazy. Like, I never thought I would be able to utter those words ever in my life, and here I am saying it out loud to you. Fucking incredible. So grateful. And I know I'm using this money for good. I'm using this money to make more money, which is fantastic, and gives me even more breathing space. But it's also, I want to spend more time in nature. I want to explore the world. I want to travel the world. I want to do a yoga course for a few weeks and not worry if I can take 3 weeks off. This is incredible. Okay, so this is my today's agenda to you. And someone says, I want to be able to give my parents something back and send them on vacation for a longer time than just a week. Beautiful. How powerful is that, right? How powerful is to just say, I want to give it back to my parents. I was literally the same. And here's my story and my mission. So my mission is to get 1,000 women to be financially independent, aka abundance fat, because I believe that money and starvation diets keep women small. So I'm working on both diets. Biohacking is my starvation diet mission, and independence is basically helping heal the mindset of women who are, I'll tell you in a second. So this is my story. At 26, in case you think you're too old for this, at 26, I had nothing, no money to my name. $300 in my bank account, just got divorced. I had no idea what to do with my life. I wanted to move to the US on top of everything. And I just knew US is very expensive in LA, but that was my dream. I was like, okay, I can't possibly imagine how it's gonna ever happen. And so I moved to the US with $400, didn't have support from my parents. I was the hardest worker in the room, having 3 different jobs. I worked in a shoe store. I worked as a waitress. I worked in a club. I was constantly exhausted, constantly. Like, for me, having 3, 4, 5 coffees a day was normal. Like, I was just very much in my masculine, very hardened by life, very unkind to myself. I just felt like life is a struggle. It really isn't, like, not another thing, not another expense, not another thing that I need to, stress about. And I don't know about you, but do you feel that way? Ellen says, I'm 35, I have $400 now. And I see you and I fucking hear you. I wish that what I'm about to teach you, I had access to that 10 years ago, because it took me 10 years. It doesn't have to take you 10 years. It's going to take you an hour, hopefully. Someone says I'm 36 and $5,000 in debt. And so, this is, this is not great, right? Like, it's time to heal this, sister. Like, we don't want to struggle anymore. Like, we're not here to struggle. We're here to fucking live our best life. And I'm here to share with you everything I know. And I just was like, I felt super alone. And this time I wanted to have a different life, but my friends were quite comfortable living the 9 to 5 and just from paycheck to paycheck. And I'm like, no, like, fuck no. What if I want to take 6 months? I want to live in Bali and I want to go to Dubai and I want to go to like a tribe in Brazil and I want to do that. And just wasn't happening. And I just I don't want to have 2 weeks off a year. I want to work for 2 weeks a year. And so in 2016, I was so desperate to make a change, and I keep hearing all these people doing courses. So I borrowed $20,000, and but mind you, I had no money. So for me, $20,000 is probably like 2 million now. Probably if I was borrowing $2 million, that's pretty much where the zeros have moved for me. So it was such a, I couldn't imagine making $20,000 anytime soon, and to put aside to pay it back felt like fucking crazy. And so I was so broke that, you know, I was trying to make the most out of Tony Robbins and slept in a toilet. You can see the photo, you can even zoom in. It was, I did have my eye mask, but I'm literally in a public toilet. The biggest one was the disabled one, but I didn't have the seat cover. So I was literally in a toilet, like when other people went to the bathroom, and that's where I was sleeping, because hotel takeout nails were not in my budget. Growth has always been in my budget. Maybe not always, but that was the point where I said, like, fuck it, it's time to make a change. My growth is always in the budget. And that's a funny thing. I had my ex was cutting my hair. I would never go to hairdresser or nails. I was just, okay, this is it. I don't have money. And I just remember my ex, Michael, we were hanging out yesterday, and what was super, super special, he said, hey, remember when you offered, when we first met, he had cleaning ladies. He was paying them $100 every 2 weeks to clean the house. And when we first met, I was like, hey, can I clean your house for you for $100? Because for me, paying somebody $100 to clean the house was so out there and such a waste of money. I couldn't believe it. And now I think, wow, I can make so much more money while the ladies are cleaning. I have had cleaning ladies for, you know, maids for years, like for years and years and years. So yeah, this is where my life changed around. So after 18 months after the webinar, I made my first $1 million in 6 months, literally, thinking I have no talent, I have no potential, you know, like whatnot. But my parents, a penthouse, my parents lived in a tiniest little apartment in Poland, 38 square meters. So that's about 300 square foot apartment, tiny, 1 bedroom. And my parents, I grew up there with my sister sharing, you know, a bed. So when I finally made my first money, the first thing I did was I paid off their debt. I bought them a penthouse, beautiful. Their like patio is bigger than their old apartment, twice as big as their old apartment. Monica's asking how I made my first million from selling presets, but I didn't even know. Like, that's a funny thing. I made millions from selling presets, and I could go into having an app like every one of my friends who made millions from presets, but it wasn't fulfilling me. We'll talk about it in a second. And so I gave that up. Like, I could be still making monies of presets and tell people how to edit photos, but it no longer resonated with me. I no longer edit my photos. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to go that way. And so I gave up like one of the biggest money you know, possibilities for me. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I feel like it's super, like, is that better? I feel like it was super cloudy. Anywho, seeing my parents relaxed, they each have their own room now, just as they wanted. They, you know, I was able to help my sister buy her apartment with a beautiful garden. Paid for my dad's eye surgery. Like, I don't feel helpless anymore. I feel like I can support things I want. You know, I donated to villages in Cambodia, build a well, support the Amazon jungle. Like, I really was able to like make such a beautiful fucking impact with the money. Good impact, really good impact. I did not use it for being greedy. And let's just take it out of your head. And I know that it's one of your limiting beliefs, because it was mine for the longest time, that rich people are mean, that spending money is wasteful and whatnot. No, I lived my life, and it's a domino effect, because now you're here. So I'm helping you to do the same. Oh, there we go. And one thing, I got to a point in 2019 when I was making such good money, didn't really have like a purpose yet, but didn't really have abundance mindset. It was like a failure. So this is an example of where my girlfriend and I were just like chipped in to go on a private jet to meet my boyfriend back then. That was his private jet on the left, which is massive. To fly this thing is $50,000, by the way, across the country. So we would meet at Burning Man, and like we would meet across the country because he lived in New York. So we would fly private and had all this time. So someone's asking, didn't your parents have problems receiving money from you? It really depends from what place you give money. If I give to my parents, like, go take it, then probably they would. I think they really, at the beginning, they were like, no, 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 we don't want to. But I'm like, Mom, I want to be able to leave my children with you for a week or two. And I want you, my children, to have a room at your place. I want them to have a space. I want you to have like a little patio, because I want to be able to, for you to be the best grandma you can be. And my mom was like, okay, sold. And so, yeah, so basically this was, rolling in cash. And now I have very different priorities. And I'm also about like to explain that for sure. And how has money helped my life? Like, this is our household. Sadly, it is my household now, but I believe I'm going to make $2 million this year, easy. I am location independent. I'm based between LA, going to Dubai tomorrow, then to Bali. When I took a break for Dancing with the Stars for quite a few weeks, I flew to go to see my dad. This is our villa in Bali. Go to Burning Man for 2 weeks. Sorry, the bar is covering the letters of the presentation. Sorry. So good to know. Thank you. Anyway, so this is like, money gave me freedom. It was extremely helpful for me. Wait 1 second. Okay. And now let's get to the bottom of it. Like, how did I make it happen? How long are you working, weekly or monthly? I definitely don't work 60, 70 hours a week. I really don't. And this is actually a great question, because this is a very important part of this. And you probably know this, and it probably annoys you like it annoyed me, but rich people are not the smartest. They're not the most hardworking. They're not the most talented, and they're not the most original. I thought, I don't have a talent. I need to be a musician or an actress or like a really savage business person to make a lot of money. I was neither. I was not very good at school. I was not really talented. I wasn't like the hottest girl. I couldn't be a model. I'm short. And so like, I didn't think I would be able to make money. And so why it's so important? Because perhaps that's you. What is the limiting belief that you feel like you can't be a millionaire? Tell me. If you were to like close your eyes and sit down, what is the story you tell yourself about yourself that you can't make a lot of money? That's really, really important to identify. Because yeah, this is where we are. This is the problem. And I'm an immigrant. Perfect. Yeah. My number one, my English isn't good enough. And here is the most important takeaway of this webinar. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough, smart enough. I don't have creative ideas. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I feel shame. Fucking beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I wouldn't know where to start. I'm going to spend it all. I think I'm too young. I don't know how. I'm not consistent enough. Thank you. I have no talent. I mean, I can relate because I've thought all of these things. Do you think I'm the most talented person in the room? I'm not going to get offended, but am I the most talented? Am I the most beautiful? Am I the youngest? Am I the smartest? No. Do I have enough money to live a beautiful fucking life? Yes. Did I start it in my like mid 30s? Yes. Did I wish I started sooner? Yes. All right. So the problem was me. And this is the truth is, the problem is you are standing in the way of your wealth and your peace of mind. And yeah, you need to break one habit, and that habit is the habit of being yourself. And if you have read Joe Dispenza's books that are beautiful, very long and a few months commitment for sure if you were to read them all, but the gist of it is you can be defined by the vision of the future or that by the memory of the past. Okay, so if you can break the habit of being yourself, because the old you, the old Monica, Daria, whoever I'm seeing here, the old Aggie has gotten me to where I am today. But the future me, the one that lives in abundance, loves money, money loves her back, it needs to be a new version of me, right? So what habits do I have right now? And what habits, what thought processes, what limiting beliefs do I really believe that are stopping me from living my best life? And so ask yourself, everything you're doing right now, this webinar is your future self habit, because the future self understands that it's like, oh, cool, I need to educate myself on it. And that was a beautiful decision you just made. Whether you continue working with me or not, you have made a decision from your future self. Your past self would be like, oh, it's not a priority, it's free. Oh, someone's trying to sell me something on Instagram, so I'm gonna disregard it. These are all your past habits. Like, what are your past habits for yourself that you feel like you want to break because they're stopping you? Like, it's really important to identify. And it's time to no longer be defined by the memory of the past. Don't relive the same day over and over. Don't wake up and just look at your phone, get upset. You look at your bank account, stress, like you're reliving the same life for 5, 10, 20 years and call it a life. No, 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 no. It's all about shedding and growing, and we're here to fix it. All right, next. Come on. All right, how to get rich. Who wants to know how to get rich? Raise your hand. Just say it out loud. Like, this is so important. Like, you're probably watching, doing something right now, and you feel like, okay, like she's trying to get engagement in the chat, whatever. No, don't fucking text me. Just think it. I want to get fucking rich. I want to get rich. And people like, why do you swear? And Tony Robbins says, why do people swear? Why is it fuck the struggle? Why is it fit as fuck? Because we like wake up when we hear someone say fuck. Why? It's like, okay, okay. Why so aggressive? Because you need that energy. You can't think you're just like, oh yeah, I want to get rich. That's would be cool. You'd be like, I want to get fucking rich. I want it. Feel it in your body. Feel what it's like to be like, ah, get angry. Women get shamed for anger. And this is for you to channel this healthy anger. I was like, fuck the struggle. Fuck it, like get angry. I got goosebumps, like fuck it. Like, I want to get rich. Rich is beautiful. It's abundant. I'm going to use all that money for beautiful things and provide for people in my life and for myself, because it's a butterfly effect. We had so many success stories on a call the other day. Nora said that it's like, not only she started making money, she started teaching her friends and started sharing everything that's in my course with her friends and on the calls. And I didn't say like, oh, make sure your friends come on and pay me. I was like, no, good, share, butterfly effect, right? And so she did. And she said her friends started making money. And how cool it'd be, I know, for my friends to make shit ton of money, so I don't have to really worry about them. We can all live abundance and meet on private boats, and I am fucking rich. Yeah. Just feel that in your body. Get into that feminine rage, the feminine goddess rage that you deserve. It's not like, oh, I want to be rich, I don't know what to do. No. Girl, you have fucking power, okay? And so claim it from that energy of like beautiful sacred rage of a wild woman. She knows her worth. She has been dormant and asleep, but no more. Okay. And so fuck yeah. So this is the gist of how you can heal your money, because it's like people think it's about money, but in our course, money is like a small portion of it. It's the manifesting, is the law of attraction, is to identify everything that's limiting beliefs, what it's a vibrational match, how to feel really light and beautiful and fantastic. So the money is just I know you don't live in abundance mindset because you don't have money. If you did, you would have money. And so we talk a lot about money because it's how people come to us and think that money is the problem, but it's the mindset problem. Money will come when the mindset will come. And that's why, we did a beautiful NFT course, and we realized we were teaching people exactly how to invest. And it was very, very thorough. However, people still had a scarcity mindset. So they were losing the money. They were not keeping the money. And that was the part of us where like, wow, it's really about the mindset. It's not really the investing. This is the stock market. This is how we made money from crypto. It's helping people break the habit of being themselves. And so replace the limiting beliefs with true newer ones, rebuild your relationship with money, become a vibrational match with money. As woo as it sounds, it's really, really powerful. It's time to also rewrite the narrative of your story. I don't have a pen, but grab a fucking pen and imagine you are a writer. You're the narrator of your story, right? You're the book author of this book called Your Life. What story? What's, the main character? And like, what's the next chapter of your life? The one where you feel free and light and feminine and you don't stress, you're kind to your partner and your kids because you have patience, you have love for yourself and them. Stop worrying about the how, because we always get like, okay, how you probably got into this webinar thinking like how to get rich, right? It's number one question. And how is our analytical mind? And so if we really want to like see a change, is what do I need to become to be worthy of all of these things? And not that we're not worthy, but how do I become a vibrational match? What do I need to become? Not how. That's how happens naturally. That's the beautiful thing. I'm going to talk about rich women habits and law of attraction, vision boarding. Our subconscious mind works in symbols, and it doesn't think in words. And so that's what writing your goals doesn't fucking make sense. You need to symbolize them to your subconscious. Oh, perfect. Dorota says, I'm a hypnotherapist and every day I'm talking about subconscious belief. Yeah, it's so true. So speaking of hypnotherapy, what we have in our course, actually hire hypnotherapist I worked with, she healed her own bulimia. She started helping people. I have asked her to have helped me with self-sabotage. I then asked her to record hypnotherapies for this course because I was like, we'll get to that in a second. And this is, this is what's great about rewiring your mind, that you don't have to work hard at. You don't have to educate yourself. You don't need a rich husband. You don't have to wait to start. And this is your note to self. Fuck the struggle, and say that out loud. Fuck the struggle. I'm ready to step into my power. And these are some of the limiting money beliefs. Please post yours if you can think of one. It's really important that you know what is the limiting belief that you have in your head. How many of you think money doesn't buy happiness? How many times have you heard that? Comparing to money does buy happiness, right? I understand the premise is beautiful. Yes, it's not about materialistic things. Money changes people. Money doesn't grow trees. Charging a lot for services is greedy and not spiritual, right? Oh, she's selling. Money's the root of all evil. So greedy. I'm not smart enough to manage wealth. I'm not worthy. I didn't come from a rich family, right? You can't be rich if you're not from a rich family. And so whether you believe it or not, you're going to believe some of these limiting beliefs. And I'm sure you've heard so many of them. And big money's dangerous. Money's really hard to make. Yeah. 100% I've heard them all. Yeah. Money isn't everything. More money, more stress. Yeah. I have a problem keeping money. People change for worse. Yeah. All of these things that I think was made up by really mean rich people, so that keeps good people small and without money. And okay, limiting money beliefs. And how about we just replace them with some better ones I truly believe to be true? And I had to rewire myself through hypnotherapy, through working on my subconscious mind. And here's what they are. Money allows me to stop worrying and start doing things that I really love. Like that was like a big one. And things that make me happy, truly, truly happy. Next one would be money is made out of paper, right? So paper grows on trees, and money does grow on trees. So opportunities are everywhere. And making money is super, super easy. And so next time someone says money doesn't grow on trees, you're like, technically, actually, yes, yeah, rich and lonely, all these ideas. Charging a lot for my services, and that's true for me, that I would do all of these challenges that I was doing for $20. I was like, I want to make, I would do it for free. And how many of you would do what you love to do for free? I was like, I would teach people for free, like I'm doing it right now. And so I didn't charge well for my services. I thought it was not spiritual and it's greedy, and I'm not going to be a good person. That was so important to me. But the truth is that charging a lot for my services allows me to hire the most talented people and pay them well. And thanks to that, I provide good services to my customer and clients. When I wasn't doing that, people were said like, oh, you're not responding to emails. I just couldn't keep up. Now I have an epic team that's here on the call, that hopefully like that, paying them well is a massive motivator for me. I keep saying this, like, I want to make so much money that make my people, my staff super happy, and you know how much I love you. And yeah, I'm able to like fly them out to Bali right now with me next month, and they get to hang out at my house and we get to work in person. Yes, Charlotte responded yes. Like that's so nice. Like I don't have to do that. I really want to do that. I want to make so much money that people that work for me are abundant as well. That it's like the domino effect. And so Charlotte can confirm that yeah, like it's she is flying to Bali to visit me and hang out and work from by the pool instead of sitting on our laptop. So like, okay, cool, like we deserve it. And so can't wait to do that. And that's what money allows me to do. If I was doing everything for free, I would never be able to afford Charlotte and fly her or whatever. Everyone on the team can feel all that. Oh, I love you guys. Seriously, money is allowing me to live my true purpose in life and make this world a better place. I really want to make the world a better place. I know I'm using my money for the good. And yeah, that's really important to me. I'm more than worthy to make a lot of money. I'm capable of holding and managing large sums of money and provide a beautiful life for my family. If I can manage $10, I can manage 10 million. It's just a few more zeros. Wouldn't you say? And so, yeah, I don't believe money is the root of all evil. I think money allows me to create beautiful things with beautiful people and spread my awareness. And so, yeah, it's time to replace those. And I'm going to go to this slide. This is how we changing, because you watching this webinar, you watching it from your conscious mind. Okay. So conscious mind is 5% of your mind, logical thinking, short-term memory, willpower, critical thinking. But your subconscious and unconscious is 95% of your mind. This is where your beliefs, emotions, long-term memory. We have a hypnotherapist here. She can probably confirm that, please. I don't remember who that was, but someone said she's in hypnotherapy. Intuition, imagination, fear, everything that you have, the program that you're running on, your program is the underneath the ocean, the iceberg. That's your subconscious and unconscious mind. And so you can logically think you want to have money and you're sick of no longer wanting to do that thing. But if you're not doing any of this, if you're not really changing your subconscious mind through hypnotherapy, through special training, then you're not seeing the change, right? And that's super important. And I love this comparison. I once got it from my coach. Oh, I don't know how to go back to this. That your conscious mind and yourself right now is like an ant walking on an elephant walking the other way. And the elephant is literally your subconscious mind that's moving things the opposite way. And so that's when I can see car for $20 million, I can just, many people, I can't imagine what people who buy it have it. Yeah. Anyways, in Live Your Vision Board Live and what we do with Higher Self Academy, we go deep into subconscious mind. We just kind of like see. And I think that's what's really important about my community. You surround yourself with people that see it's possible, right? Your network is your net worth, and being surrounded by people like myself, like anyone, like who's in your environment really comfortable with money. Like if you are surrounded, how many of you here have friends in your life, the closest friends that also struggle with money? Because my guess is that if you have $40 in your bank account, your friends are not great with money either. That's the truth, right? And so you are a reflection, and they did some incredible studies that how much money you make is based on the people you hang out with, and also true for weight. So if you surround yourself with your friends, they're great. It doesn't mean that you should change your friends, but it's time to add some new ones that have a slightly different mindset and think differently. Limiting money beliefs. Someone's asking, is it harder to be rich when you're an introvert? How is that for a limiting belief? Of course, like quite the opposite. I think the richest people in the world are actually introvert, like Elon Musk, right? Super introverted. You're like computer hackers. So no, like that's actually not true. Okay. So how many of these bullshit beliefs do you believe? I need to have a degree to start making serious money. I thought my parents told me that my entire life. I need to have a master's degree to then maybe, and work long enough to be rewarded. I need to be good at investing. I need to have some capitals to start with. It has to be on a stock exchange. I'm too young, too old to make money. As a woman, making a lot of money will make me single, or it will intimidate men. I used to think that too. The truth is, when we work really, really hard as a woman, that's what intimidates men, because we're now masculine, and it has nothing to do with the amount of money we have, right? It has to do with how hardened by life we are. I have to do things I hate to become rich. It has to feel like real work. And someone says, I'm sure around smart people, I'm losing myself. Well, that's your limiting belief. Like, you are smart. And why do you put other people on the pedestal? Like, that's bullshit. So it's time to replace all of these. Someone says, oh, I'm too young. I used to think I'm too young to make money. I was like, well, I'm too young to have a beautiful house in the hills for $7 million. I'm only in my 20s. And I'm like, I'm only in my 30s. Like, no, like, why do I need to wait till I'm 50 or 60? And I believe you have scarcity mindset. I know I did too. And we're brainwashed to have a scarcity mindset, right? So scarcity mindset is when you're obsessed with lack of something, usually time or money, that you basically believe that there is only a finite amount of it, and that if I have money, you can't have money, that there's not enough time in the day and all of that stuff. So how many of you reading this feel like you have a scarcity mindset? You feel like you can never get ahead. You always feel behind. Bills and other responsibilities piling up. Overscheduling yourself, like, oh, never enough hours in a day. Oh no, I ran out of time. Saying yes to opportunities that aren't right for you, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, because you're afraid another one won't come. I get that all the time. Aggie, I got a job offer. I really know that it's not for me, but nothing else is coming in. In Polish, we say it's braku laku, which is like out of complete lack of other options. But that's scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset is basically like thinking there's only option A and option B. Now it's option C, D, E, F, G. You have to see it, right? And that's really, really important. And we're going to go talk about poor woman's habits. And this is really important. Stop behaving like a poor woman because you'll stay one. Really important. Stop behaving like a poor woman because you are probably behaving like a poor woman. And that's the takeaway of this webinar. Poor woman spends, rich woman invests money. Poor woman spends money and rich woman invests money. And my favorite quote by Grant Cardone, which goes, better a shit investment than a great spend. The man has made $2.6 billion. You can even translate it into your own currency wherever you're joining from, but that's a lot of fucking money. I don't think you can ever spend that kind of money. It's generational wealth. Like, he set up his entire kids, grandkids, and generations to follow with his investments. And he always says, better should investment than a great spend. So do you spend or do you invest? And here are the things. Investments are basically anything that will bring you more money in the future down the road, and spends are something that you spend and you never see back. So spends are clothes, right? Shoes, restaurants, cars, beauty, makeup, fast food. Of course we need to spend money. Sometimes we really, really have to. But what really drives me crazy, that like people think that, oh, I don't have money, but all they do is spend. They go out to restaurants, fast food, clothes, whatever, and not investing anything. Like, no wonder you're struggling. Investments are self-education, self-growth, mindset, real estate, home, health, supplements, and organic food. So it's two different things. You can go and spend money on organic food and it's an investment because you're investing in your health. But you can go to fast food and spend the exact same amount of money on McDonald's, but you're not really investing in your food. You're just probably you're taking a debt from your body. So that's not great. Does this make sense? So always try to invest. I always ask myself, if you ever do business with me, I had someone who was supposed to help my business, and it was a lot of money for me, right? It was $35,000 investment for me. And after a couple of weeks of hiring that person, I was like, it feels like a spend to me. And I'm ready to invest $35,000 in my business, but it needs to feel like an investment. And that person, when I explained how I operate, they were like, oh, I get it. And so that was a very, very different dynamic. Yes, 100%. Someone says, I love that you include health. 100%. Try doing anything without health when you feel shit. When maybe one of you or some of you were ill this winter or ever in your life, you can't do anything else. Health is the most important. Health is wealth, honestly. And these are some of the poor woman's habits. You're probably using poor woman's language, which is money isn't everything. I can't afford it. It all should be free. It's too expensive. Blah, 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 blah. And what you're really saying is like, I don't really want money. I'm too poor to have it. When you say I can't afford it, you say I'm too poor to have it. I don't have enough money to buy it. Well, that's, in the quantum field, as Joe Dispenza would say, opportunities are endless and there is no future or the past, is only the present moment. So there is enough money for you to pay for it. Others, when you say it should be free, when people tell me like, you should be doing this for free, I'm like, when you tell me not to charge for what I deserve, you basically means that you don't get paid well. I already know, right? And because you don't get paid well, you want others. You're projecting, you want me not to get paid either, because that's what we do. When we aren't doing well, we are deep into our mistake. We want others to do the same, right? When we are frustrated in our relationship, we don't want others to break up. It's like, you should stay because I'm staying in my relationship, I'm miserable. Yeah. And so I don't want others to get rich because I'm not rich. So others shouldn't be rich. Others shouldn't be doing. Yeah. So using rich women's language, really important. Money loves me to live big. Money loves me. I love money back. I can afford anything I want. It's just not a priority right now. And it's very, very true. I believe that if there's anything that you really, really wanted, you can save enough money, you can manifest enough money, shit happens. But if you use the word I can't afford it, that's like literally putting a massive like vibration to the universe. Like, yeah, there's no money for me. I just say it's not a priority, because if in reality it was a priority, you would find money to do it. I always give an example of, if anyone in your family would get really, really ill, and I have a lot of people like that have become ill, you go to Kickstarter, you put money together. I know friends that were able to put together millions and millions of dollars because it was a massive priority, it was someone's life. And so, yes, you can attract millions of dollars if that's your priority. And so I understand having a home is not that much of a priority yet, but if it was, you would make that happen. And you really need to understand that, like, saying I can't afford it, it's just like, I say, I don't see value in it yet. It seems like a spend to me, not an investment. I never say I can't afford it. If I see something, I'm like, fuck, so expensive, I'm like, I don't see value in it. It doesn't seem to me like a investment, it seems to me like a spend. And so I always believe that I'm willing to reward people for their work. I expect nothing to be free because I don't want to work for free either. And no one should work for free. I want people to be rewarded for them so they can pay for their family, for their life and whatnot. So yeah, no one should be working for free. And so I don't expect this. And here are some of the poor woman's habits that we need to break from you as much as possible. How many of you check your bank account and stress when you're doing it? Like, you open your app, take your phone, it's like, fuck, not first thing in the morning. No, not right now. Actually, I'm not going to check for a week or two. I know it's really low, or my credit card is really high. It's probably like, I don't know you don't have to tell me, but I know for me, like, my credit card statement is $40,000 every month. And so it's high, but if I saw it like a couple of years ago, I'd be terrified. But right now I'm like, beautiful. I have so much more money coming in. I'm so happy to spend it. I don't stress, you hit a different threshold, and I know that I have something that I'm working on. I want to be at 400,000 with my business every month and just like really feel comfortable with it. But I look at my bank account every time I open, I'm like, I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. Tipping, donating to charity, paying forward. I'm a big fan of tipping, on having cash on you, because one of the things that we do in a course as well is like, we've joined $200 or 200 whatever currency you live in, and what you do is basically you leave it around the house in your handbag. You surround yourself with money. So when you open a pocket, open a jacket, this is the money for you to remind you that money is everywhere. And you always have that dollar or two to tip the driver, to like pay it forward, because when you open your hand to pay it forward, you have money to receive. If you're holding on like this, you don't have a hand to receive. And that's really, really important for you to understand. And they're paying for services, looking for deals, discounts, whatever. It's basically essentially wasting so much of your energy saying like, oh, like that should be less expensive. And that's the thing. It's like all transactions are made by card and phone. And so we really don't have a connection with cash like we used to. When you were growing up and you got cash from your parents, it's time to rebuild that. It's a love story, really important to have cash on you. We talk about other things, sorry, in the course, but I want to keep going because I want to be done. We don't have that much time, actually, 15 minutes left. So I want to get to the rest of this. And this is the truth. If you do nothing about it, imagine what would it be like for you if you could change your limiting money belief. What would it be like? What would you be able to do? Would you be able to live in a dream spacious home, drive a safer car, eat organic food? How beautiful life would it be? Just close your eye and feel how yummy it is. And what is the real cost of you not doing anything? Because we're not motivated. That's the fucking sad part of shit. We're not motivated by a beautiful home. If I say, hey, would you like to have a beautiful home for $5 million? They're like, yeah, sure. But you're not motivated, because if you were already there. But if I told you, if the pain that you're feeling right now, that someone in your family is not doing really well or overworked, and you can't like be there for them. Like for me, it was like not being able to go to my parents when my dad got sick. Like that pain will motivate you more. And so think about the pain of actually constantly struggling. That's really, really feel that pain in you and see no more, because that's the real cost of not doing anything, right? It's like not only you, but everyone in your environment is struggling, not being able to see the world, sitting on your phone, getting more and more frustrated and resentful. Stress, what happens to my loved ones, can't provide for them medical care, all of these things. This is the real cost of not doing. And this is number one regret of the dying. I wish I had the courage to live the life true to myself, not what others expected me to be. And I wish I stressed less. And we all stress so much. Number one reason is money. And if you don't have bills, like money to pay bills, of course it's stressful. So this is your choice today. It's either day one or one day, right? You might be just finishing this webinar and thinking like, okay, like what cool, like I can implement this thing one day. That's just kind of like, I've heard it before. That kind of looks interesting. I'm just going to go back to I need to run. I'm going to finish this webinar quicker because there's something else I need to be doing. No. And one day I'll just implement it. Or you can just say, no, fuck that. This is day one of the rest of my life. And let me ask you a question. Who's ready to make a change? Who's ready to make a change? Like Alexandra says, I never visited my grandma hospital when she was dying because I couldn't left my work because of money and the salary. That is so sad, right? That's very, very, very sad. And I feel for you. And here's what Higher Self Academy. I created Higher Self Academy after I got scammed last year from my out of $100,000. But it just happened to be that Jay Shetty reached out with a DM to me, and he basically was like, I think you would be a great coach. I want to give you my coaching certification for free. And so I was like, wow, I'm already connected to Lewis House, Gabby Bernstein, Glennon Doyle, all these people. I was like, fuck it, I have nothing else to do. I'm going to do Jay Shetty's course so I can help people do the same. And so in Higher Self Academy, I combined everything I learned from Date with Destiny, from those crazy expensive courses, with Jay Shetty coaching, which is $7,000. B School, which is an amazing course by Mary Forleo, hundreds of other courses that I have attended, 35,000, not to mention $35,000 for my master's degree. And so when Jay reached out, I was like, cool, I'm ready to make a change. I was like, wow, I already have $35,000, which is 150,000 zlotys of knowledge right here that I have learned from other people. And they're not Tony Robbins, they're not Jay Shetty. They were able to put together the best coaching techniques in the world, and they shared it with me. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna put it to my people the way I feel it, I see it. I'm going to add a little bits and pieces from myself. I'm going to put it in fuck the struggle. And so this is if you're a good fit. If you feel like a weekend trip to Paris with your loved one sounds like a far-fetched fantasy, you're taking your mom to Maldives sounds crazy. Something that only what rich people do. If you're not fully inspired by your closest circle of friends, if you're done living small, if you get jealous or resentful seeing someone having it easy, you don't know what's next, you don't know where to start. So after live your vision board life, fuck the struggle, you will become a ninja self-discipline. You will just step into your true power, understand why money has always been a thing in your life. And that was because of you. And you start attracting, stop chasing, become a vibrational match, and understand what is the whole, like really the gist of love attraction. And this is what we're teaching. So at the beginning, we kind of like figure out what do we really want, right? So how do you become self-aware? How to connect with your true power, with yourself? How to have bad luck stop happening to you, right? So how to step out of the victim mentality, extreme ownership, how to understand what's your blind spot, how do people see you, and use that to your advantage to build your business. Personal SWOT analysis. This is all I've learned from Jay Shetty. Then this is, again, Jay Shetty's coaching course where I just explained to you health, money, family, career, fulfillment, goal setting, how to my favorite one is how to stop self-sabotaging, how to become a ninja at self-discipline, how to stop procrastinating. How many of you are procrastinating right now? Let me know. Because if you're how many of you wish you were more confident and you feel like you're really just shut down? I know I was. There's an incredible technique for becoming more confident and become a vibrational match. How to build habits. It's not about the goals. It's not about the goals. It's creating the habits of the person that can achieve those goals. And that's what we're learning. What are these true habits? How to stick to these habits. Manifesting 101, how to start manifesting. And higher self, perfect self, radical self-forgiveness. And so we talk a lot about how to attract the most beautiful things in our life. Higher Self Academy is basically combining Date with Destiny, business mastery, Jay Shetty coaching. And even if I sold it for 10% of what I would put in there from all the courses that I've learned, right? And by the way, you get that for forever, not just like temporarily like I did. That would be $3,000. It's not even $555, which is the normal price of this course. I believe it's worth at least for 3,000 easily. It's not even 444. It's 333. And you get 1 month of Queen Circle for free. And Queen Circle is basically a weekly call with me, or our coach Sam. We also get a monthly biohacking meal plan and a monthly workout plan, so we can get you start biohacking at the same time to make sure we take care of your physiology. This is what our platform looks like. And any questions you might have, let me know. This is my time for you to answer any questions you might have. Let me know anything that isn't clear. If you want to continue your journey and grow and help understand your money mindset, let's do it. If you feel like anything else that you want to add, let me know. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. So go for it. More productive. Yes. I 100% agree. I just want to go back to actually, I want to show you something before we continue. Continue asking your questions because I want to share my screen and I want to share Safari because I just want to show you some success stories just so you can believe into the testimonials. Come on. It's not going to let me. I don't know why, but all right, let's see if I can just share with you some of the most incredible stories that I was able to share with other people. No. All right. Back to your questions. Do you have meditations? Of course, we have hypnotherapy. So I believe hypnotherapies are slightly more effective. We have an interview with Emily Fletcher. I am a big fan of her meditations. However, I believe that what really works on the subconscious mind are hypnotherapies, the meditation is all about stop thinking. And so my interpretation of the world meditations is slightly different. How do we biohacking is amazing. I feel I have fuck the struggle mentality, but at the end of the year I end up not saving anything, and then buying my dream home is only further away from me. I should learn how to save money, not spend it. I don't necessarily agree. I don't really save money. I just make so much that I can't spend anymore. Literally. I hate to say this, but you can't say, it's like these whole courses about like, this is how you keep your budget, and don't buy lattes. They're $7. I mean, we're in LA, lattes way more than $7. It's $12. And I'm like, I don't want to live a life when I have to like budget. I don't budget. I just make so much money that I can't spend anymore. And I think I think it's way more fun. I hate to say this, but that's the truth. When does this begin? You can begin today. If you go www, and my team was just posted fuckthestruggle.co and use the code fuck it. You can start today, slowly but surely work on all the exercises, all the homework that is there to help you with your limiting beliefs. Because again, money is just a manifestation of what you're not doing. My mindset is everything, but also my job, which I love, doesn't pay much. I can't believe money will come to me, but like my salary at my job stays the same. Crystal said that. And it's funny because just in our call, and I wish we had this, I was able to pull it up. That's what I was trying to do it from Instagram. Nora, one of our first students that ever trusted me, she has a fixed salary too. And she basically was like, Aggie, I don't know, like same thing. I know there's no other way. And I'm like, well, if you know that way, that's going to become a reality. Nora started working with hypnotherapies. Now she said, I make 3 times more from weird other sources that people trying to hire me on a side for what I'm already doing. And she said, I make 3 times more than I did when I started your course, Aggie, 4 months ago, and I'm on salary. And so if you believe you can't, you can't. And one of my favorite quotes, if you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Choose what you believe. Are you acting from your past self or your future self? What can I do with jealousy when I feel it? I don't like it. Well, one of the most important, thank you, Charlotte. She posted testimonial. Charlotte, if you want to, if we want to show, oh, actually, I think I got it. The testimonials, perfect. One of the most important things I would highly recommend for you is to realize that your jealousy is your biggest feedback. You should be grateful for it, because if you see a woman who's crushing it and you get like, fuck, it's so annoying. It's feedback that you wanted, but you think you don't have it. Spoiler alert, you do have it. You have it in you, and it's the universe triggering to help you realize, I'm like, oh, it needs to come up. I need to be able to do it. How much time do I have to buy the course? We close in 2 hours. We closed actually last week, but after this whole webinar thing, we relaunched it just for this one final time. So we're going to close in a couple of hours, and it's gone till November, basically. Do you have to own a business to succeed? Not at all. I believe that further down the road, you will have some sort of own business, your own business. But it's not limited to people that are on salary. And 333 is a one-time fee, correct? How the woman of your stories made 4,000 after your webinar. She invested, and this is something that we chat in our Queen Circle, our community, which is the most incredible community of women, because these are the women that had not a single person in their environment that was crashing financially. And they said, I'm joining Queen Circle because every week I want to bathe in that energy of abundance, surround myself with other women that think the same. Is it lifetime access? Yes. Say hello to Peanut. Peanut's sleeping. I'm packing for Dubai. That's why it's a little messy right now. Sorry, guys. How is my book writing going? Can't wait to get it. It's a lot of work, but it's doing well. I feel like it's gonna, like, things I'm finding out with the research, like, fucking amazing. How much is Queen Circle as well? So Queen Circle you get for free. You get first 30 days for free. And then if you like it, great. Would love to have you. That's $100 a month. And that includes your meal plan, which is usually $300-400, workout plan, which is $300-400, and weekly calls with me, which are way more than that. So the value, it's basically having your personal trainer, personal chef, and personal life coach all in one for $100. If you don't want it, you don't have to stay. It's first month free for you. So test it, see how you feel. I work in shipping and have weird shifts. Not sure if this can work. I mean, do something else along with. Yeah, I mean, you do your course at your own. It's not like other courses when they're like 10 p.m. EST, you have to attend, blah, 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 blah. No, it's yours. You get an app on your phone, you get it on your laptop, you do it at your own pace, and it's all good. And someone says, I don't know what to do to make money. Great. Well, you don't have to know right now. It's not about what. It's not about how. People are like, I don't know how. I don't know how. Leave it up to the universe. Focus on what. What do you need to become? Who is the kind of person that loves abundance? Because just that all the sentences that you're telling me, you're living so deep into your limiting beliefs. I'm a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm not making money. I'm like, why? Like, why do you think that stay-at-home mom means no money? Like, that is your limiting. This is your healing to do. And if you feel that way, you're gonna have resentment to your baby at some point, because you're gonna feel like, well, I'm not abundant because I'm here home with you. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to your baby. Right? Can you give 3 examples of good money investments to start making money with? The reason, like I said earlier, there is no one thing. I was selling photo presets. I was selling swimwear. I sold a card game, travel card game. I'm selling courses. There is no one way to make money. And if you think, what is it? How I'm going to make it, like, help me. What has worked for me is not going to work for you. And it's all about identifying. We have 100 questions in the course that you ask yourself, 100 questions that helps you understand, okay, cool. What are my strengths? How can I make money? We help you identify that. So it's your way of making money, that it's full alignment with your full expression. It's not my self-expression. Because if I tell you do courses, maybe this is not your thing. Like, why would you get rich the way I got rich? So can I still attract abundance if my husband has a scarcity mindset? Yes. And so the butterfly effect is incredible. Like, I know for me and Jacob back in the day, like, he didn't have scarcity mindset. I was like, no, I'm calling you out every time. To me, it's so important. Where I need to be and what I need to become requires abundance mindset. I want you to keep me accountable. I am going to keep you accountable. And if you don't want to go into that journey, that's just going to be really, really difficult. Because living in abundance, believing you have enough money, believing life is good, feels so much better than constantly worrying, constantly complaining, constantly like, oh, this is not enough. Like, who wants to be around this energy? No, nobody. No one likes that. With the modules 3 to 6 coming soon, will it appear after the payment? Yes. So the course is paced. And so you will see it as you unlock more things. Would you recommend building an audience to help with manifesting abundance? I can tell you that people that make way more money than I do, my friends, one of them has 5,000 followers. They make millions. And so I do believe it's important to have a self-expression at one point or another. I don't believe you need the richest friends I know don't even have Instagram. And so, no, I don't really think so. Is there a payment plan? Yes, we do have a payment plan. So check it out on the website. If you go www.fuckthestruggle.co, I'm here to help you. If anything, what's the best way to meet people with similar mindset, want to network, but I don't know where to start? Higher Self Academy. If you don't resonate with me, with my energy, my vibe, go ahead and check out anybody else, any other courses where they have a community, and start with like-minded people. The fact that 500 of us is right here right now means that, okay, we resonate on a similar, we want more. So these are your sisters. Like connecting with these women here is the most beneficial thing you can do, right? And they're at the tip of your phone. Like you can have and talk to the women. How much time do I have to sign? And we close in 2 hours. We want to just put it, we're going to close it. We might put the webinar app there forever to like help other people, but we close the course and we close the payment and the offer. So it no longer is going to be available. How much time do I have to go through the material? You have it for the rest of your life. Hopefully you do it right away, but you get to keep the course for free. I'm new here following you, but I love you and I feel I'm going to make millions. Ah, yes. Is there a discount code? Yes, the discount code is fuck it. Haley says, I currently have a coach, but I don't feel like I resonate with. He focuses a lot on the how, and I know my who and what is holding me back. Yeah, because it's all about becoming the person. If you ask me like 6 months ago, how to like put it all together, I've never done a webinar in my life. I didn't have a team. I just knew what I wanted and where I want to be. I wanted to have a house in LA. I want to have a house in Bali. And I let go of the how. And the universe has such beautiful ways to provide for you that you didn't even like can possibly expect. And I was sharing that in the previous webinar where I was saying to like, my biggest money, my generational wealth is not even going to come from Instagram. It came from one time when I was like, I want life to be easy. Instead of working another day, went out for dinner, met these awesome couple. We vibed. I didn't know who they were. We just vibed, connected, chatted. Turns out they were working on a very, very, very big project and they offered to invest money. And I've had money to invest at that point, which is also money makes money. It's a very, very true thing. I invested money and now my payout is 100x, right? So 100x is a lot of money and that will like help me provide for my maternity leave. And it didn't come from Instagram, doesn't come from me working hard. It was just trusting the universe, running into random people I never thought I would, and then, just giving me the opportunity. Someone says, I follow you since I have Instagram. I think this year would be 6 years, and I literally so inspiring. Thank you for your work and offering this webinar for free, of course. And again, you did it. I would love for you to join Higher Self Academy. If it's not the right fit right now, it's all good. I just wanted you to help you see the truth, right? And help you step into your power. Same as me. Are you pregnant? I am not pregnant. Any other questions do we have? How does the course look like? Do I have to read it on a given time? Is it possible to see whenever I have time? Yes, it's whenever you have time. These videos are pre-recorded. You watch them with subtitles on your phone through an app or whenever you want, and you get homework. You get to print it out, get to do some exercises. It's actually a lot of fun and it's beautiful. Is Queen Circle going to start immediately? We start on Monday. So I'm going to take my Queen Circle from Dubai. So you get to join it right away. Is it the price for all modules? Yes, of course, for all modules. How long does the full course take? If you were to pace it the way we would like it to be, it would be 5 to 6 weeks. Just because there's a lot of homework and I want you to do all the homework and all the exercises and the coaching. And it's not quick, but hi, Gina. Hi, baby. How are you? Vina woke up. He's like, wait. Yes, it's fuckthestruggle.co. Use the code fuck it. How many hours per day if it's 5 or 6 weeks? No, it's so weekly. So if you were to watch, so each module has 5 to 6 videos. I'd say an hour or two a week plus homework, which some homework can take you a very long time. It is scary as fuck though. Yes, it is scary to just take the step in the unknown and trust the universe has your back. It's the scariest thing. Like, it's not just scary, Sylvia. It's the scariest thing. We are so programmed as humans that we would rather, and this is true, like I'm not making this shit up. You can look it up if you want. We're so programmed as humans that we would rather stay in the known. That really sucks. That's why people stay in abusive relationships, because it's known, versus step into the unknown that we don't know. Like, that's how crazy programmed we are. Someone says, bring it on, signed up. Woohoo! If you signed up, please comment below. Because of you, I started intermittent fasting and I started to biohack. Your energy is so good. You're part of my motivation. It's amazing to see you growing, helping us grow. I appreciate you. Fuck you to you, biohacking. I just signed up, but the order button didn't take me anywhere. Well, that's not good. Make sure, if anything, make sure my team will help. You can always DM me on Instagram if there's any question. Do you feel the course provides you to reprogram your subconscious mind to change? Yes. And so I think I haven't seen a program about money, and I've researched, and not a single one has a professional hypnotherapist and they're recording. I just haven't seen that. Well, yes, you can talk a lot about manifesting, but if you actually have a professional hypnotherapist, double certified, that it helps you with the recording, you listen for 21 days, 5 or 6 weeks if you can, and life will change for you. You will stop self-sabotaging. So we have hypnotherapy on self-sabotage, money limiting beliefs, 2 different ones. I think you would really, really like them. Fuck it, I just spent all my money I had in my account on your course. Eek! Well, not all the money you had so far. We're reprogramming you, and I think thank you for trusting me, and I really don't take it lightly, and I want to make sure that you really feel like you got your value. I'm in, signed up, Alexandra, Alish, Dominique, I'm ready. I have signed up from Justina. I signed up for Rosella. Amazing. Can we get this counted price for payment plan too? Payment plan is discounted, so the full price is $555. So if you do payment plan, it's gonna be $400, but the webinar one-off payment is $333, and that's the best we can do. I just signed up and ready to feel rich as fuck. Amazing. I have been following you from 2020. Love you. And my dog is named Peanut also. Thank you for this webinar. Thank God for dogs named Peanut Butters. Right, Peanut Butter? Oh, he doesn't. Hi. Is there a virtual hypnotherapy? So there are recordings, and Faith is our hypnotherapist. You can work with her one-on-one through us. It's gonna be a 3-month program on top of it. If you want to work one-on-one, if there's something that you want to specifically do. What was my biggest aha moment when I changed everything in my life? I just couldn't afford shit. Like when I was just constantly struggling and constantly seeing that rich people aren't like the smartest, and it was really annoying me, and I just didn't want to live in anger and resentment and constantly stressing in the bank account. I was like, no, life is beautiful. I choose to believe life is beautiful. Universe is abundant, and I don't want to live the struggle. Oh my goodness, Carissa. I don't have that amount available in my checking, but I thought, why not just try it? It went through. I'm overdrawn, but I'm excited. It's a sign. You are in charge of your life. You create your own reality, and whatever you believe this experience it to be is going to be it. And doing the homework, trusting that it's day one of the rest of your life. How do you stay focused on content with so many things to manage? I find the more things I have, stock, crypto, property, I spend all my time managing it. It keeps me from adding more things. Well, I have a bigger and bigger team, right? So I have team helping me with managing my houses, right? Like one in Bali, like actually like 30 people working on a house in Bali. No. I have people helping me with the house here. Same with travels. Like my team is quite a big team. And so I never do it alone. All right, let's go. Signed up, Viola signed up, one-time payment. Hell yes. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for showing up, ladies. I love you so, so much. If there's any other questions you have, let me know. There are no post transcripts, Viola, but we might be working on them. So if it's a big need to do Polish transcripts and there's enough people wanting to do it, then 100%. Join. I've already signed up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so much. Here, heading over to DMs to answer any questions I didn't answer on my Instagram. I love you so much. See you at Fuck the Struggle. Would love to have you to help you change your life. Big, big hug, and I'll see you shortly.